Shalom friends, hi, this is Jerusalem Jane on a beautiful sunny Saturday Shabbat here in Israel. And normally I don't do videos on Saturday. I rest, I sleep because I'm so busy during the week. I just briefly want to mention about a horrific terrorist attack that happened yesterday just as we were about to enter Shabbat. Yesterday was a day of rage. The Arabs had called a day of rage to mark the 100 days since Donald Trump decided to recognize Jerusalem as the Jewish capital and to move the embassy. So throughout Judea and Samaria and the Gaza Strip, there was a lot of riots going back and forth between Muslims and the Israeli security forces. One Muslim, 26-year-old terrorist, took his car like we have seen before, and he just ran over soldiers who were out on patrol, and an IDF officer and a young soldier were killed and two others were severely wounded and are now in treatment in the hospital. First, this terrorist managed to get away. The IDF hunted him down, they wounded him, he was arrested, and now he's getting first-class treatment in an Israeli hospital. His brother was later arrested, and immediately the work permit that was given to this big family was taken back. The permits they had to trade into Israel was taken back. And now, of course, Fatah, which is supposed to be Israel's peace negotiated partner, Israel's peace partner, is out praising this attack, saying it was a heroic act. Hamas is out praising this attack, saying it's just another step in Palestinian blood being spilled to liberate Jerusalem. And at the end of this month, they have planned a big march. 100,000 people inside the Gaza Strip is going to march towards the fence into Israel. And they're going to put up tents and they're going to demonstrate and they're going to demand that all the refugees, as they're calling them, sitting around in countries around Israel, that they should be let back into Israel. So things are very tense right now. Things are only going to escalate as we enter celebration time for Israel's 70th anniversary. Trump is going to move the embassy. Let's see if he's going to show up here in Israel in May. At the same time, that's going to be the month where Donald Trump is going to pull America out of the Iranian deal, which leave Iran, Syria and Turkey isolated up there. Things are just on all fronts are just escalating. So the month of May is also going to be the month of Ramadan, which is always a peak in terror attacks. It's not something I'm making up, it's the truth. So I'm telling you, fasten your seatbelts from when we enter the month of May. Things are definitely going to escalate. Things are definitely going to heat up. The IDF is actually out saying they are preparing for this too. They have big exercises and drills preparing for war or escalation that might come this year here in the Holy Land. So would you please pray for the families of these two young soldiers who were murdered yesterday? Again, Jewish families, Jewish wives has to bury their husband, Jewish mothers have to bury their children, and family are absolutely devastated. Families are once again ripped apart because Muslim terrorists think it's okay to just go out and murder and kill the Jews wherever you find them. It is absolutely repulsive, it's despicable. These attacks are happening because Abu Mazen, Israel's peace partner, is encouraging the killing of the Jewish people, and he can do that because your government and governments around the world are funding the Palestinian authorities so they can pay terrorists who is murdering the Jews. It is absolutely outrageous. I want to end by saying that Avigdor Lieberman, the defense minister of Israel, was out saying yesterday that there is no such thing as a lone wolf attack. It's always planned here in Israel. And like I said, the guy who committed this attack yesterday, he's now going to be rewarded for killing two Jewish soldiers. He was actually arrested before for security incidents. He was released last year in April, and now he became the cold-blooded murder of 2 young Jewish men, and now 2 Jewish families have to go to the cemetery and say goodbye to a loved one. Why? Because it's a good job, and your government around the world are funding that Abu Mazen can pay these despicable terrorists, and at the same time their families are being taken care of. If their houses is being torn down by the IDF, they are just getting new houses. It's a sick culture that glorifies death and destruction, where it's more important to bring up babies in the world so they can go kill the Jews and become martyrs. How do you fight something like that? And that is why it's very, very important, and I have said this many times, that's why it's so important that you and me, we stand together with Israel, we stand together for truth, for justice, for God, for what is right in this world, when the Jewish people are still being killed today in the year 2017 only for being Jewish. So there you have it, a brief update from Jerusalem Jane. Shabbat Shalom, everybody around the world. Have a wonderful day, and united we stand with Israel. Bye.